Alrighty guys, so in this video, we're going to be talking about how these sales letters are used in advertising. Okay, so the ad is just a mechanism that transfers the prospect from the social platforms or whatever advertising platform that you're using to your sales letter. Okay, so the ad is just a pitch that convinces someone to trust and look at your sales page. Okay, so let's show you an example. We're going to jump into the Facebook ad library here, and I just typed in my ad. And notice that the ads are pretty straightforward. Some of them are, they're not that long. I used to do long form copy ads. If you go through some of the older training, you're going to see some really long form copy ads. Those still work. However, what's working right now is the shorter. The reason is because there's so many placements now that Facebook allows you to buy from. And some of those placements, they don't allow really long form copy. So in the Facebook posts, like those are great. You can still do your long form there. However, with Instagram, with some of the Facebook audience networks, you're still going to, you're going to need to be under that 2,200 character limit. So this is essentially what an ad looks like. It's a short 1 minute ad.
Hey guys.
Okay, it's rough. And then it fires people over to the sales page, which is called the landing page, where the video sales letter is hosted. And if we jump to sales process.io / process flow in an incognito window, you're going to see that there's a little pop-up that flies up. There it is. So this is the opt-in. This is where we collect email addresses, and then we do email nurturing campaigns to them. And yeah, you can see that the ad is the only purpose of the ad is just to fire people over to the landing page, get them fired up at the ad level, do a little bit of screening, and then fire them over to the landing page where you can start doing your influencing. And that's why we capture the opt-in before, like as a pop-up, because not everyone's going to have an hour and 27 minutes. All right. They might need to come back. They might save this on their, they might save this page on in one of their tabs and then come back like a few days later. The median completion time is about 4 days from click to quiz submission. So yeah, that's how the sales letters are used in the advertising. So it's just getting the people over to, let's go back here, over to the sales page. And that's really the key to advertising. It's not that hard. It's a little excerpt of a sales letter. Okay, you can see here, it's just like a little mini sales letter. It's just a simple pitch. This is an excerpt of the sales letter. So this is another ad that we're running to this video sales letter. Okay. And it's just a mini excerpt, under a minute long, because that length will allow you to buy from the Instagram platform and some of the other audience networks. So, yeah, that's kind of how it relates. You can run these ads on YouTube too. Like the platform doesn't really matter. As long as the sales letter is good, you'll make money on YouTube. You'll make money on LinkedIn. You'll make money on Facebook. You'll make money on Instagram. Any platform is what matter. Will work as long as the sales letter is right, and as long as the people on the platform are in your demographic. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much how the ads work, and that's how they relate to the sales letter. It's not about the A/B test or the splitting or the rapid. Like you'll see a lot of these media buyers, they'll spout rapid split testing, and they'll change the color of the button. They'll have like 700 ads. Let me just go to the business manager here. This is the actual ad platform. Okay, they'll have like 700 different ads and variants and whatnot, and the reason why they do that is just because they don't understand how to buy ads. So we go last month. Yeah, they don't understand how to buy ads. Like you'll notice in my ads, I have one ad. Like in an ad set, I have one ad. I don't have any split tests. I don't run the dynamic stuff. I tried all of that stuff out. I tried all of it. I like dynamic, and it was pretty good. However, like a good ad will just crush. Like, yeah, a good, well-written sales letter will just crush. And you don't need to have all this fancy stuff going on. Like, it's just usually a big waste of time. I don't spend a lot of time with my media buying. Like, I just set it up and I know that my sales letters are strong. I set it up, I push. I have one ad that's running for this. I started a remote sales team, this one here. I have one ad, and for each angle that leads to one sales page. Okay. And I learned this from Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez did an ad called Ty Lopez here in my garage. Okay. Official here in my garage video. 69 million views. So Ty, let's see the landing page. Okay. So Ty is running the same type of funnel. In 2015, Ty just whipped out his camera, did this. He did like 10 takes of this ad, and he knew the ad was going to work. So it's just one ad here in my garage, and he spent 50 to 60 million on one ad here in my garage. And he bought pretty much the whole inventory on YouTube ads. And he just blasted this, and it was one ad. The Here in My Garage video, now it became a little bit of a meme. 69 million views on YouTube. And then he just blasted them over to a sales letter page. And you can see here, he swapped out the sales letter a few times. This one was published in 2017. He had one in 2015, an older version. But you can see here, 780,000 views on the sales letter. Yep. And this is just a standard sales page. It's simple, right? So yeah, that's how the sales letters relate to the advertising. There's not a lot of gymnastics that you need to do. Like, most of it is just getting your audience right and your targeting right. And I'll show you how to do that. But, yeah, there's not a lot of split tests and all of this BS that you need to do if your ads or if your sales letter argument is right. Okay. So, basically all we're doing in the platforms is we're buying eyeballs. So if we go to, CPM, so this is the number, like the ad platforms are an auction. So they're basically putting a price on the eyeball. Okay. So you'll notice that eyeballs are different. They're different prices. So if we go to like a US eyeball, right? Europe, North America eyeball, developed countries, like we're looking at like $57 per thousand. If we look at non-US, like I call it free trade, you're looking at like $15. And this is after optimization, right? But you can see the difference. $12 for free trade. Europe, North America, you can see here that it's like 4 times the price for the area. So you're entering an auction with all these other buyers, and the price of the eyeball is pretty much pegged. So if there's a lot of advertisers advertising to that population, it's going to be a high price because it's just a supply-demand thing. And so basically the job of the advertiser is to go in and buy, like the only metric that really matters is this metric here, the cost per 1,000 eyeballs. And then what can you do with those 1,000 eyeballs? And the power of the sales letter will determine how much money you make from that eyeball. Make sense? So if you can turn, North American eyeballs, you can spend $100 and make $500. That means your sales letter is pretty darn good and your offer is pretty darn good. If you spend $1,000 and only make 500, that means the thing's not going to work. Okay, so that's pretty much how the sales letters relate to the advertising platforms. This works on YouTube. It's the same principle. Okay, you're just paying cost per 1,000 eyeballs. Okay, And the reason why Tai Lopez was able to spend so much money, he's not doing this anymore. Like, he's not driving 67 steps anymore. The reason why he was able to spend so much money and get so many views was because in 2015, Tai was the only, one of the only advertisers. No one knew how to use the Google YouTube platform at the time. I don't know if Google owned YouTube, but people didn't at that time. No one knew how to buy YouTube ads, but Tai did. And so Tai was paying really, really low cost per 1,000 impressions. And he just bought up the whole thing. You're selling, I think this program was $67. And I think with upsells and whatnot, the average order value was like $220 or something like that. So Tai was able to just crush on YouTube because the cost per eyeball was so low. Okay. So that's how it works, guys. So again, if your video sales letters and your sales letters are really strong, then you're going to be able to turn eyeballs into cash. And it's not about the fancy tricks. It's not about the fancy A/B tests. You know, like a kid who takes a course on how to buy ads is not going to be able to turn eyeballs into cash using A/B tests and these I've seen so many BS accounts, 1,000 split tests. They just, the way to do it is just tweak the sales letter. That's it. Like, you can get a 10x difference by tweaking the sales letter. You get maybe a 10% difference by doing the gymnastics with the ads. Okay, guys? So that's how this relates. And we'll see you in the next video.